Hey, what's up everyone? This is Stefan from ProjectLifeMastery.com and we are live right now. You guys are joining me from my rooftop in beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. It's a beautiful day out. That's why I've got the sunglasses on because it's super hot. Although right now, if you look at the skies, it's all gray. And the reason for that is the last few weeks here in Vancouver, we've had some really bad fires that have been happening around British Columbia and up north, and it's a huge issue right now. And so all the smoke has now come to the city, and that's why we have gray skies. And so it's actually not that great for your health, spending a lot of time outdoors with all this smoke and whatnot, but hopefully it gets better soon. Right now it's, the worst forest fires that we've had, I think, since the 1950s. More and more fires are spreading. There's not much they can do about it. They've got a lot of help, a lot of firefighters from all over the world that are helping to try to maintain the fires, but I think they have to wait until the winter time, or at least till it starts to rain, which might not be for another month or two, to help put out the fires. And so that's a little update for you guys, but I've got here my laptop. I'm able to see you guys here. If you guys are joining live, leave a comment with your name and where you're from. I'll give you guys a quick shout out. And today we're talking about YouTube. So many of you guys remember that last week I put out a YouTube video that was sharing how I make $9,000 a month from my YouTube channel. And I was pretty transparent in that video, sharing how I've been able to grow my YouTube channel over the last 5+ years now, some of the success that I've had with it. And ultimately it's been an incredible way for me to impact people, to make a difference, be able to share my message with the world. And it's something that's changed my life and hopefully your life as well by consuming some of my content. So I know a lot of you guys have questions. I'm gonna be answering your questions in today's live stream. There's also been a lot of questions that people have sent in that have left as comments on the video that I put out last week. So I'm gonna make sure that I can answer as many of those as possible. There are a lot, and I like to give fairly in-depth answers, so I won't be able to get to all of your questions, but I'll try to make sure that I pick the ones that can benefit the most amount of people, okay? So let's see who we got here. We have got someone here from Puerto Rico. We've got someone from Scotland. We've got Peter from Poland. We got Oscar from Colombia. We've got Sonia from Mexico, living in the United States. We got Anton from the UK. We got John T from Florida. We got Mesa from Manchester, UK. We got Nana from Finland. Peter, doesn't say where you're from. Rami from Lebanon, living in Saudi Arabia. We've got someone here from Texas. Awesome, we got people from all over the world. Texas as well. Oceanside, California. Mike from Cuba. Got someone here from North Carolina. Paula from Mexico. Boston, London, Saudi Arabia, Estonia, Guatemala, Germany, San Diego. I see you guys. Welcome. Welcome live. I'm gonna have to put on the sunglasses because it's a little bit bright out. But great, let's dive into it, guys. So if you have questions, post them in the chat. I'll check periodically, but I wanna make sure that I answer the questions that people submitted beforehand. And just a heads up, we are live. I'm on my roof. You might probably hear some sirens go by and cars and traffic and honking and all that. That's just, we're unedited right now, so we're gonna dive right into this. Okay, so some questions I've got. Okay, so this is a good question to kind of kick it off. By the way, I'm gonna answer questions if you're brand new to YouTube and you want to start a channel, or if you've already got a channel but you want to grow it, you want to scale it, maybe you have a channel and you want to start to monetize it a little bit more. I can answer any questions you guys have related to that, and let's try to keep it related to YouTube in general. So the first question is from Aaron, and Aaron asks how to find profitable YouTube niches. So there's two different approaches to this. One is, number one, finding a niche that you want to build your business around, okay? Finding the topic, the genre, because every YouTube channel has got to be based on that. You've got to ultimately find a topic that has high demand on YouTube, but even just online in general. And I've got a certain criteria that I teach in some of my courses. First and foremost, making sure that whatever niche that you select, that you want to build a channel around or a business around, it has to have high demand, meaning there has to be a lot of interest in that topic. There has to be a lot of people that are actively searching for information to solve problems on that. Or maybe, it's entertainment, or maybe it's comedy, or maybe it's, gaming, but there has to be a demand for it. And then oftentimes you can tell where the demand is just by doing research and seeing which niches are popular. You might have an idea that comes to your mind. You want to search for that, and you want competition. Competition's good. A lot of people, they're afraid of competition. Competition is your friend in the online business world, because the more competition, it gives you more indicators that there's demand there, that there's potential for you to do well also. You never want to go into something blindly. You never want to, enter into a niche thinking, hey, there's no competition. That's a bad thing, because, the reason there's no competition is because probably people have determined that there's not much money to be made, or there's not much demand in that niche. So competition's good. That indicates to you that there's a market here, there's potential, there's high demand. You can learn from others, you can see what they're doing, and ultimately the great thing about competition is it gives you opportunities for collaboration. Collaboration is what's going to allow you to scale things to a much bigger level, because you're using leverage. So meaning you can partner and collaborate with other YouTubers, other people that have an email list, other people that have a following in that niche, and you can share followers, you can promote one another, you can cross promote. There's a lot you can do with that. So high demand is key. I wouldn't really worry too much about competition, because with YouTube, the one thing I love about it is it's actually very, very easy to rank videos and get traffic on YouTube versus Google or the other search engines. So for example, if you go to YouTube and you search for a keyword like Amazon, okay, which is a short tail keyword, which is a keyword that gets a lot of searches. If you were to search for that, last time I checked, I've got like 3 videos that are, high up on the first page for that keyword on YouTube. If you were to search and try to rank a piece of content on Google, the search engines, for a keyword like Amazon, it would never happen. It's like impossible to do, because it's just so much competition for that. Whereas YouTube, you can rank for things that you would never be able to rank for anywhere else. So there's a lot of great benefits, and that's why competition doesn't matter as much on YouTube. But also, you'd potentially look at potential for monetization. So if you built a following in this niche around this YouTube channel, then how could you monetize it? How could you make money? What are all the different options, whether it's just from the YouTube ads, whether that is affiliate marketing, whether that's creating your own physical products or information, digital products. Maybe there's apps or software, maybe there's merchandise opportunities. You have to make sure that there's potential for you to be able to make money, because you don't want to build a YouTube channel and have a lot of followers in a niche, which could be great, but if you can't make money from it, then it's going to be hard to sustain it. So in any business, and that's what I've got a business, you need to make money to sustain the message, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I didn't make money from what I do. Because money that you make from your YouTube channel, your business, is what allows you to be able to focus on it more, to invest back into it, to be able to hire a team, to be able to improve your quality, and be able to reach more and more people, to be able to market your products, your services, your channel, your content, etc. So there has to be a way that you can make money from it, ideally, not unless you're just doing it as a hobby. And ideally, something that you have a passion or an interest for is also important too, because what's going to keep you motivated long term is enjoying the process. If you don't enjoy it, you're only going to do it for a certain period of time, then you're going to get bored of it, then you're going to procrastinate. If you love what you're doing, if you love what you're sharing content on, then it's going to be very easy for you to continuously do that, to continuously put out videos, especially at the beginning where you have to put out videos and nobody's watching them. Right? Every YouTuber, when you first start, any business, any blog, any social media that you first start, you're not going to immediately get followers. You're not going to immediately get engagement from people. That's something that's only earned once you've consistently provided value, right? So you got to go through that process you're putting in time, you're putting in work, you're creating these videos, and you're getting no return from that. Nobody cares, no one's following you, no one's watching your videos. What will keep you past that is just your love, just enjoying the process of creating those videos and the content and improving it and just loving the craft, right? It's almost like a basketball player. You know, if you're only playing basketball for the fans and the arena and the money and all of that, then you're not going to get motivated to stick with it long term, because every basketball player has to just play basketball just out of the love for it, just because they enjoy playing basketball. And it's the same thing with creating videos and doing content, is you got to enjoy the process of it, because if you master that, then it will lead to the results, the money, the followers, all that stuff will follow after it, okay? So that gives you some ideas to find profitable niches. Okay, here's a question. How many videos do you need to post a week? So there's no set number. I would say a minimum would be once a week, okay? Just at minimum, because consistency and frequency is really important. If you only put out videos once in a while, then, and it's not predictable for people to be able to come back to your channel, then you're not gonna be able to build an audience. So I say at least minimum once a week, but ideally a lot more than that. And my answer to that is as much as you can do. As many videos as you can possibly create, do that. You've got to decide what is that number that's realistic for you. And you've got to do that in a way without compromising the quality, because the quality of your content has to be good. Now, the quality of the video, like the recording equipment and the lighting and the sound, doesn't have to be world class. Okay, that's something that often comes with time, because what's most important is the quality of your content and making sure that your content adds value to other people's lives. And so when someone watches my video, my goal, my outcome is always to leave people better off. I want to make sure that people leave, leaving that video thinking, wow, that was great. That was really useful. That helped me. That motivated me. I want people to feel and experience certain emotions. And that could be based if you've got a comedy channel or an entertainment one or a gaming or makeup tutorials or self-development or whatever that might be, but you want to make sure that people leave better off and they're actually receiving value. So you want to put out a lot of videos, a lot of content, but at the same time, they can't be low quality. If they're low quality and people watch your videos and it sucks, then they're gonna leave that and they're gonna say, well, I'm not gonna come back to this. I'm not gonna subscribe to this person's channel. You don't want that response. You want the response where people watch it and they're fired up, they're excited. It elicits emotions. They gotta like the video, they gotta comment on it, they gotta share it, they gotta come back to it, they gotta hit subscribe. That's the reaction that you want. And if you get that reaction consistently from the videos and the content you're putting out, that's how you'll build a raving fan audience. Okay, raving fans, they're gonna keep coming back for more just because they love and they associate with what you're sharing with them. So my goal every year for the last 2 years has been 200 videos a year, okay? I started off just doing a video every week, and it wasn't until probably 2 years ago that I really realized how important it was and how much I could grow and scale if I just ramped that up. And so I went from a video a week to then 3 videos in a week, and then eventually 5 videos in a week. At one point I was putting out videos every day. And at one point my milestone, my goal was 3 videos a day. And I learned that from some top YouTuber who's got millions of subscribers. He said, make it your goal to put out 3 videos in a day. And I was like, oh my God, that's insane. Like, there's no way I could possibly do that. But you work your way up, you work your way up. Now today we've already put out over 120 videos, I think, so far this year. And the goal is 200. So we're gonna put out probably 4 a week for the remainder of the year to make sure we hit that 200 point. There might be, maybe next year I might up it a little bit, because it gets a little bit easier as time goes on, because as time goes on, you can afford to have help. So for example, for me now, I've got video editors and people that upload the videos and moderate the comments and manage the YouTube channel for me so that I can focus on just creating the content and learning and enjoying my life. And I can just be the content creator versus having to do a lot of the tech stuff and behind the scenes that can be involved in it. So I would say minimum once a week. Ideally, if you got more time, if you can commit to more, 3 times in a week. And if you want to go crazy, if you're an overachiever, then do 5 times, 7 times, as much as you possibly can. The more you can, the more exposure that you're going to get, the faster that you're going to grow. So someone asked, how do you measure the demand? So the challenge with YouTube is they don't give you exact search volumes that something like Google does. So Google, the search engines, they have, for example, Google has the Google Ad keyword tool that will give you search volumes for certain keywords. So you're able to see the demand based on that. Now you could use that because, if there's a big demand for something on Google, then there's potential for it to also have a big demand on YouTube. But a simple way is you just search for keywords in YouTube and you look at the videos that show up. If there's a lot of videos that show up that have significant numbers of views, then that's indicating to you that there's a big demand. So for example, if I search for weight loss, obviously I'm going to find a lot of videos. Some of the videos are going to have 10,000 views, 100,000 views, 1 million views. That's a good indicator. Hey, you know what? If I did some videos on weight loss, then that's the potential of that market. I was at Las Vegas 2 weeks ago, and I was speaking at an event of 1,500 people called the Amazing Seller Summit. And I was teaching a lot of YouTube stuff. And I used an example in the presentation of a supplement that I sell under my brand Life Mastery Nutrition that I wanted to be able to rank a video for on YouTube. And the keyword was L-carnitine. And L-carnitine is an amino acid. It's a supplement that you can take as capsules, and it's great for workout recovery, workout endurance, fat loss. Great product. I sell it on Amazon. I shared one of the ways I promoted it is I showed how I did the research. I searched for L-carnitine on YouTube. I saw there's a lot of videos out there that have 50,000, 100,000 plus views. So that gave me a good indicator there's a big demand here for this. And so then what I did is I created a YouTube video on L-carnitine, and that video's been #1 for that keyword for the last 2 years now. I think it's got 30,000 views now, and I've used that to be able to promote a supplement that I sell. So that's an example of how you can research just by looking to see the other videos out there on that topic and looking to see how many people are watching those videos. This is from Terry Stone. Where do you find the software that you need to do videos showing your computer screen? All right, there's 2 softwares that are popular for this. One is called Camtasia. Okay, Camtasia, that's the one that I personally use. It's available for a PC and for a Mac. It does cost money. I forget how much it costs, but I use Camtasia. The other one is called ScreenFlow. Okay, ScreenFlow. And I think that might be more for Mac. I'm not sure. But it also costs money as well. Okay, here's a question. It says, if I create 2 YouTube videos per week for my channel, do you recommend a particular day that I post the videos to YouTube? Is one day more advantageous over another? Also, any particular time of day? So maybe I post one video on Saturday, one on Tuesday every week at a certain time of day, times of day, or should I just post both of them on Saturday? And that time simply does not matter. Thanks for your help. Okay, good question. Now, to on YouTube, you a YouTube someone that channel. So I've had Skype, and they invite you to work. Market. Now, I don't particularly remember the exact time for my YouTube channel because I have someone that does this for me now. They schedule the YouTube videos at that time. And we've also tested a bunch of different times too. But you got to look at your analytics, and you're going to see which time of the day, which days of the week you're getting the most amount of views. And that's going to be the best times for you to be able to publish your videos. When you're first starting out, it doesn't really matter, okay? Just because nobody's watching your videos. You don't have much of an audience, you don't have any subscribers anyways, so you just got to put them out, and then once you build a subscriber base, and you're going to be able to look at the analytics and be able to determine the best time. Another tool that you can use is called TubeBuddy, okay, TubeBuddy. So if you go to tubebuddy.com, and I'll probably put some links to some of the things I mentioned for you guys in the description of this video. TubeBuddy is a free Google Chrome extension and it basically allows you to, it gives you a lot of cool stuff for your YouTube channel. It has like a tag generator to help determine the best tags and keywords for your videos. Allows you to track different keywords. Now they do have paid versions. I forget what the free version has. It might have some limitations on it. I use the Legend account, which I think I pay every year for. It's a bit of money, but at a certain point of your YouTube channel, you're going to want to invest in something like that because it will help you be able to optimize your YouTube channel much better. But I would say, you know, just don't worry about the days or the times just yet. And then at a certain point, look at the analytics. And one thing that you can do that I don't do, but it's something that I'm going to eventually do, is, because it is a really good strategy, is if you can have consistent days out of the week where you have a certain theme for some of the videos that you're putting out, then that is really good for your audience, because then it gives them what they can expect. So for example, you know, for my channel, eventually I want to have Motivation Mondays, where every Monday it's a motivational video, right? Maybe, you know, one day out of the week on Fridays, that's the Q&A day of the week, right? Where I do Ask Stefan videos, or I do live streaming. Maybe I have a day out of the week where I just focus on online business and marketing content. Maybe I have a day of the week where I just focus on health content, right? So that's ideal of what I'm gonna be eventually doing on my YouTube channel, because when you have a set day of the week, it's almost like a TV show, right? You know, if you watch certain shows, they have certain days of the week, people know what to expect, and so they know they're gonna tune in on that time of the week or that day of the week because they know what they're gonna get on that day. So that would be ideal. I don't have the time yet to be able to commit to that, but eventually that's the direction that I'll be going in. Great questions so far, guys. And again, if you're just joining in, I'm answering questions right now related to YouTube, building a YouTube channel. So if you guys have any, post them in the chat. I'll do the best that I can to answer for you guys. Okay, so someone's so one just general topic, I see a variety of questions about this, is promoting your videos, you know, getting more views, growing your YouTube channel, all that sort of stuff. So one thing that you got to understand, first of all, is that building a YouTube channel, just like with anything, takes time, okay? You're going to have a lot of patience in the process, okay? There's no shortcuts. There's no magic pill that I can give you guys, some special technique on how to manipulate YouTube and be able to get all these views and all that sort of stuff. You want to oftentimes avoid anything that's like that, because often those are things that can get you in trouble and they're not going to be sustainable long term. So you don't want to look at tactics as much. Whenever I look at anything, any area of my life, any area of my business, I'm always looking at the 80-20, okay? There's an 80-20 principle that says that 20% of your actions are gonna produce 80% of the results. And I like to focus on what's most important, and what's most important always is gonna be quality content, okay? We've already discussed that, gotten that out of the way, okay? So quality content, if you do that, everything will grow, because if your content is really, really good, like I said, people will like it, people will share it, people will embed it, people will link to it, people will subscribe, people will come back to more. Okay, they'll comment, they'll send you messages. I get people all the time that find ways to get a hold of me and tell me that I've changed their life, and you know, miraculous stories that I receive. And that is an indicator that the content I'm putting out is obviously really, really good quality. So that's what you want to aim for, is that reaction, okay? If you do that, you're not going to have to really rely on tactics or gimmicks or anything like that to be able to grow your YouTube channel. Now, with that being said, there are some strategies that are sustainable that can be effective. One is keyword optimization. Okay, so YouTube's a search engine. It's the second largest search engine in the world behind Google. People go, they search for keywords. Now, when you go to YouTube, if you guys on YouTube right now, you go to the search bar, if you type in a keyword, okay, for example, let's type in the keyword right now, motivation, okay? So if you go up to the search bar, type in motivation, and then hit space, okay? Do not hit enter, just type in motivation space. What YouTube does is it auto-suggests a bunch of keywords that people are searching for every single month on YouTube. So YouTube's basically telling you, these are the keywords that are popular. These are the keywords that a lot of people are searching for. So that's giving you ideas around what you can create videos on, okay? So for example, if you determine, so if right now I type in motivation space, it says motivation video, motivation to study, motivation workout, motivation speech, motivation gym, motivation for school. If I type in motivation space, the letter A, motivation anxiety, motivation audiobook, motivation addiction, motivation to work, etc., right? It gives you more and more keyword suggestions. So what you'd want to do is whatever niche or market you're in is create videos that are optimized for those keywords, okay? Publish them on YouTube. You got to optimize it by making sure that the keyword is in the raw file name, okay? So the file name before you upload the file to YouTube has to have the keyword in there. The keyword has to be in the title. The keyword has to be in the description. Ideally 3 times in the YouTube description, although I don't always follow that, but ideally 3 times. You don't want to keyword stuff, okay? You don't want to overdo it because then you can get in trouble for that. But ideally 3 times is what I would aim for. And then also make sure the keywords in the tags and different variations of the keyword, okay? If you do that, you're covered on the keyword optimization side, okay? Your video is now optimized for that keyword. What's going to determine your rankings thereafter that is going to be the engagement of your video. So that's going to be how many views the video gets. It's going to be the watch time in terms of how long people watch the video for. And watch time is the most important metric on YouTube, okay? Because that's what YouTube uses to determine that your video is popular. So if someone just watches your video for 10 seconds and then they leave, then that's not going to give you, you're not going to get rewarded for that on YouTube because YouTube's going to determine that as a low quality video. On the other hand, if you've got a video, people are watching it to the end, the majority of people, then YouTube's like, wow, this is a popular video. It must be good. It's very engaging. So then we're going to rank this video higher for that keyword. Then we're going to recommend this video alongside other videos. We're going to put it on people's homepage when they go to youtube.com. Okay, that is going to be, again, based on the quality of the video. Okay, so the video has to be good, the content has to be good. The other factors, views, likes, comments, although when I talked to YouTube, they said that likes and comments aren't that important. Obviously I'd love for you guys to like this video and I try to encourage people to like or leave comments, but it's not going to affect the ranking of the video that much or them recommending it that much. But it does have a bit of a factor, but it's just not significant, okay? You can have videos that have more dislikes than likes and it will go viral on YouTube just because it's more so the watch time, right? So people hate a video, it could still go viral. It could be like a horrible, a negative news piece on YouTube and it could have more dislikes than likes, but if people are watching it to the end, YouTube will rank that and it will blow up for that. I've also found the number of subscribers you have definitely helps because the more subscribers, the more authority that your channel has. The more subscribers that you have, YouTube, obviously when you put out videos, they'll get a lot of views right off the gate and it'll give it a boost. So it does get easier as time goes on. So those are the different ranking factors on YouTube. Now, when it comes to other ways that you can, promote your videos, and another factor too is external traffic outside of YouTube that's pointing to and directing to your YouTube video. So if you really want to ramp up and grow your YouTube channel outside of YouTube, then what you'd want to do is you want to start promoting your videos outside of it. So one thing that we do for every YouTube video that we put out is we share it on all our social media platforms, okay? And that includes Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, just sharing it, all the different LinkedIn, Google+. And the thing is, even if you don't have followers there, even if you got 0 Twitter followers or 0 Facebook fans, still do that because YouTube is going to look at what is called social shares. So YouTube in the analytics will say how many times that video has been shared, and just sharing it, even though if nobody watches it from that link that you shared, is still going to give it a boost. I also embed every video on a blog post at projectlifemastery.com. Okay, that's my blog. So we embed videos there, which get it more views, and it has that external link to it. Oftentimes we'll send out emails to our list. So we got subscribers on our email list. We use that to promote our videos also. So you want to do as much of that as you possibly can. And like I said, at the beginning, it's going to be slow because you don't have fans and followers oftentimes, right? You might not have that, but you've just got to slowly keep at it. And what you'll find is you'll have certain videos that will blow up, certain videos that will just start ranking, get you, build you that subscriber base. And for me, there were certain ones back in 2012, and even throughout my journey, I've consistently put out a lot of videos, but there's only been a few that have really blown up to over 100,000 views. There's maybe been 50 videos now that I could probably think of that have got over 100,000 plus views that just really blew up. And those are the, even though I've got over 750 videos that I've published, maybe only 50 of them are the ones that are like the cornerstone videos that are like my best ones that have really built my YouTube channel more than anything else, okay? So that's why the quantity is important, okay? Putting out a lot of videos, you never know which ones. I have videos that I put out that I personally think are way better than some of the ones that get the most views, but the market responds differently to that, right? And everyone's at a different stage and different circumstances, and so you never know. What you might think might be great might be totally different than what is the popular viral video for you. So great questions. Let's see here. Let's dive into another one. Okay, so someone's asking, this is Max, and he says, how to begin an email list. The services needed, everything from beginner, know nothing level when you have only a YouTube channel. Also, if there's a direct product that explains this from you, I will buy, thank you. There is a product, and it's my Affiliate Marketing Mastery course. So if you go to affiliatemarketingmastery.com, it's actually not available right now, but we're gonna be opening it up to people that are on the wait list, I think sometime this week, and have a little bit of just let people in that wanna join it. But Affiliate Marketing Mastery is a course that I created that teaches how to build an online brand. YouTube is one component of it, but also blogging, also social media, email marketing, all that stuff is kind of like how to build a business course. And then it teaches how to really monetize that with affiliate marketing. So it goes into all the technical of that because all the videos are step by step. They build off one another. They're all screen capture style videos where you're looking, watching me watch my screen and show you how to do it. And so it's gonna be a much easier way for you to learn by going through a program like that. And obviously I'd recommend it. So you're definitely got the right idea, Max, where you wanna ultimately use your YouTube channel to be able to build your email list, because the challenge, YouTube is great, Facebook is great, Google is great, all these platforms, Instagram, Snap, they're all great, okay? But they have limitations to them. There's a lot of cons that come with it. And the biggest con is that you don't actually own your YouTube channel. Okay, you might think that you own it. You're putting all this time, all this effort to building your YouTube channel, but you don't really own it. YouTube owns it. It's on YouTube's website. YouTube owns that website. It's YouTube's business. You're helping to build YouTube. You're helping build them. And at the end of the day, if they don't like you, if you violate something that's in their terms, if who knows what could happen, maybe YouTube could change their algorithms, they could change how they do things, they could eliminate people, they could go out of business. Who knows what could happen? But you never want to be totally dependent on that, okay? If you're totally dependent on something just like YouTube or Facebook or Amazon or any of these platforms, then you're not going to really have a business. You're going to have a business that can easily crumble. It's like a house of cards. You pull out one card and it crumbles. So you don't want that. You want to use YouTube and use it to be able to reach the audience that's available on YouTube that YouTube graciously provides for us for free. But you got to use that to be able to build your email list, because at the end of the day, what you own in your business is your email list, your brand, okay, your brand name, your website. No one can take that away from you, and your products and services that you might have as well. But your email list is key because that's going to give you the most consistent way to be able to communicate with your followers, your subscribers, because even having subscribers on YouTube, we hit over 300,000, I think, a week or two ago. I can't reach all those people, okay? YouTube has limitations on how many of my own subscribers that I can actually reach. I can't send out an email to all my subscribers. only the subscribers that have chosen to get notified of the release of my videos by going into their settings and, you know, not even just subscribing, but they have to do another thing to be able to get notified of every video I put out. That's the only way that I can actually reach my subscribers. And the way that YouTube is now, it's kind of like Facebook. You know, back in the day on Facebook, if you had a fan page, you could have 100,000 fans, and you'd put out a post, and then all of those fans would see it in their newsfeed. But now you could have 100,000 fans on Facebook, you put a post, and maybe only a couple hundred people might see it. Maybe only a couple thousand people might see it. All your fans and followers, it's not going to appear in their newsfeed because, you know, Facebook has to determine that that post has a lot of likes and engagement and comments. It's relevant for it to actually show up to your fans and followers on Facebook. YouTube is now the same way. There was once a time on YouTube, if you had 100,000 subscribers, every video you put out would get notified. They'd get notified of that. Now, you only have potential to be able to reach your subscribers. And for me, for example, if I have a video that does really well, then YouTube will put that video on their YouTube homepage, or it'll put it as a recommended video for them, right? But there's no predictable, consistent way for me able to reach all of the subscribers that I have. So it's kind of unfortunate, but ultimately it's a good thing because it forces you to put out good quality content and raise your standards with it. So you want to build your list, okay? Your list is key. That's going to give you the most consistent way to be able to follow up with your subscribers, to send them more videos, be able to monetize it by promoting a product or service that could help them. There's just a lot more that you can do with that. You own that. No one can take it away from you, okay? You can export that list. You have their information. That's the ideal. And what you want to do to build your list is you want to give away something that has high value. That could be a PDF, it could be a book, it could be an audio or a video, it could be a series, it could be a resource list, it could be a cheat sheet, it could be something that has high perceived value that would benefit people for them to put their email address to subscribe to your list. What I did was I've got a few different things that I've created that are high value. One of them is I created a free course, which, by the way, if you guys haven't yet been through it, highly recommend that you do because I spent a lot of time creating it. And it's a 7-hour course, but it basically teaches 7 different ways that I make money online in my business. 7 ways that within 3 years, I've been able to become an internet multimillionaire. I share all the different ways that I've done it. And basically it's got videos showing each online business model that I utilize, how I utilize it, how you can make money from it. So it's a really valuable course. It's a valuable resource I made available. And I could have, you know, charged money for it and sold it for a certain price, but I decided, you know, I'm going to give it away for free, and all someone's got to do is put in their name and email to subscribe to get it. Now, it's ultimately with the hope that maybe that person will eventually become a client or a customer of mine, which is great. But either way, you know, it doesn't matter. It's ultimately doing it to add value. So creating something that has high value to be able to give away. Software that I personally use for that is Aweber, Leadpages are the top 2. Leadpages helps you create your landing pages and squeeze pages. Aweber allows you to do the email marketing. You can do email broadcasts. You can do autoresponders. There's some more advanced tools that you can use also. There's a number of technical things with that too, and that's why I would recommend Affiliate Marketing Mastery to you, because it will walk you through the steps and show you how to do it the right way. But that's what I personally do. So I have done one YouTube video, I think, that shows how to build an email list, 1 or 2, so you can maybe search on my YouTube channel for that. That can give you some beginner steps to it. But when it gets into a lot of the email marketing stuff, then I'd recommend a good course that can help you with it. If you're more advanced with email marketing, a good course is Autoresponder Madness by Andre Chaperon. I paid at the time, I think it was like $1,000 for the course, but it's just on email marketing, and it's really good. It's really good because it will teach you how to become good at copywriting, and more so how to be a good storyteller in your emails. That's what I learned from that. But I'd recommend that as a course. If you've already got an email list of maybe over 10,000 subscribers, that course would definitely benefit you too. All right, let's dive into another question. Let's see. Someone's asking, how do you get more recording time, duration time on recording your videos? I'm not sure what you mean. I think what you mean is maybe when you first start a YouTube channel, you're limited to like 15 minutes videos, you know, and then as time goes on, there's no limits to your account. I think that's something that just comes with time. You know, like once you put up more and more videos, YouTube enables more features for you, and you can upload longer videos. Aweber and Leadpages, yeah. And when it comes to, there's a reason why I recommend those ones too, because it depends what your purpose is of it. You got to look at deliverability of your emails, but ultimately, if you want to do affiliate marketing, then you got to make sure that you use something that allows affiliate marketing, because some you know, email accounts like MailChimp don't allow it. You can actually get your email account shut down by doing affiliate marketing with them. And so these are the little things that you're only really going to learn by going through a course, because there's so many things I've learned along the journey that can save people a lot of issues, a lot of time, a lot of failure, frustrations that I've put into my courses and trainings that can hopefully help you guys. So for those of you that are really committed, then get a good quality course that will teach you that. And also knowing the right time. You got to know the right time when you should build a list, because you don't need to worry about it if you're just brand new, right? You got to make sure when you're building a business that you're not trying to do everything at once, because there's no way that you possibly can. That's just an easy way to get overwhelmed. That's an easy way to dabble. If you're just trying to do everything at once, you're gonna get lost, you're gonna get confused, you're not gonna get to the other side. So in a business, what you gotta do is you gotta know step by step, what's the first thing that I should do? And once I've done that, what's number 2? Then what's step number 3? Step number 4? And oftentimes when I see a lot of people that are trying to build a business, they get way far ahead, worrying about things that they should not be worrying about when you're still back on step number 1. Because the thing that you're going to learn at step number 10 is not going to help you when you're at step number 1. It's just you're wasting your time worrying about that, thinking about that, focusing on that. And so what I like to do in my courses is everything is laid out step by step. You got to take action with each of the steps, but I'm only going to teach you this thing that when you need to know it, like, and tell you to do it when you need to do it. So you don't need to worry about email marketing at step number 1 if you're just getting started. Email marketing is something you do and you build your list. Once you have a certain number of, you're getting views, subscribers, and followers, then you've got to focus on how you can get those people to be on your list. And then you got to know the right time to monetize that and do affiliate marketing or promote and make money from it, because you don't want to do that right away either. You know, there's no point, because if you only have 10 subscribers or 100 subscribers, you're not going to get much return from that. So you got to know the best ways to allocate your time when building a business and not how to waste it, because that's what keeps people stuck, is they end up wasting so much time. I see this with every business, whether it's Amazon or publishing or whatever. People, they research things online, and you know, there's a lot of great content that's available for you online for free, but it just gets people more lost, more confused, more dabbling, overwhelmed, and you know, it just causes a lot of issues for them. Equivalent of this, I often say, it's like if you want to lose weight, right? You want to lose weight. You can start researching, and you're going to find all these great ways to lose weight, but they're all going to conflict with one another. You know, they're all going to be different philosophies, and you're going to get more and more confused, more and more lost. You're not going to know. You know, you're worrying about things you shouldn't worry about. And I've often found the people that succeed the most is when they have blinders on and they don't know all this stuff that's out there, and they just follow this one program, right? This one they trust it, they follow it, they do what it says, and those are the ones that get results. The people that I've found that come into something and they're doing it, but then they're also doing this, and they're getting confused, and they say, well, this person says I should do this, and this person says that this is the best diet, or this person says, no, this is the best workout, and no, you shouldn't do this, you should be doing this. It's like, those are the most frustrating people to work with, whereas it's better to work with the person that doesn't know all the stuff and just is able to follow the steps that are laid out to them. You know, it's really as simple as that. People get in their own way with building a business. Okay, so here's another good question I got, and this is something that's kind of, I saw a few other questions relating to as well, so I can address it. And one of the biggest obstacles I also see from people with YouTube is fear, it's also like the perfectionist mentality where people, you know, they prevent themselves from putting out videos or putting out content or building their business because they ultimately have a lot of fear, you know, and even being a perfectionist is fear because, you know, you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that everything has to be perfect. And if it's not, then it's going to mean that I'm a failure. If I'm a failure, it's going to mean that I'm not enough, or I don't want to get rejected from other people, or I worry too much what other people think, or I'm shy in front of the camera. I'm not a good communicator. I don't have the video equipment. My English isn't good. And understand that all these really are excuses. Okay. And I hate to call you guys out, but hopefully you guys give me permission to coach you a little bit here and tell you the truth and be honest with you, because I believe there's few people in our lives that actually will. And the truth is, those are all excuses. Those are all stories that we tell ourselves. And as Tony Robbins says, the only thing that is keeping you from what you really want in your life is a story that you have about why you can't do it or why you can't have it. Now, there's many people that have also had those same fears, that also weren't good in front of the camera, that also, you know, their English wasn't good, or also didn't have the best equipment, and all these different things. But the difference between them and someone else is that they did it. They decided, you know what, I can learn this, I can improve. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'll just do the best that I can. I will get better as time goes on, okay? The other person says, you know, oh, I can't do it, so they don't even get started with it. You don't want to let the words I can't stop you, because anything that you want to do, you can do. You're not stagnant in life, okay? You can improve, you can grow, you can become whoever you want to be. You can improve your communication, you can improve your speaking, you can improve the quality of your content, you can improve your English, you can improve all these things. Don't be held back. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it and then use that as a reason or excuse not to do it, okay? And if you want evidence of this, then I was once a time in my life, it might be hard to imagine or believe, but there was a time in my life where I was painfully shy. I was very insecure. I could not communicate very well. In fact, I used to have a lisp when I would speak. I used to mumble a lot. My voice tone and volume was always very low. Whenever I'd be around people and I'd try to say something, they could never hear me. They'd always say, Stefan, speak up, speak up. And often I'd be the one that would just never talk around people. But I changed that. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna improve it. It wasn't easy, but I improved it as time went on. I did public speaking classes, and I went to Toastmasters, and I practiced in front of the camera to get better and get more comfortable and confident and be a better communicator, to be able to better articulate things. The great thing is about a camera is that you can speak and it's very safe. It's not like you have to go speak in front of an audience where you're immediately getting a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure from that. You can record videos from the comfort of your home. You can, you can edit them however you choose. You can, if you don't like it, you don't have to publish it. So there's really nothing to be afraid about. There's nothing, to worry about. In fact, it's actually a great process because it teaches you by creating videos how to communicate better, and by learning how to communicate and speak and improving your confidence, that is something that will translate to every other area of your life. It will help you with your success financially, it'll help you in your relationships, it'll help you with your friends, it'll help you with networking. Most successful people that I know of are all great communicators, okay? So that is something, if it's weak for you, then be willing to improve it. And creating videos and content is a great way that you can do that, okay? But if you go back to my YouTube channel from the very start, you'll see the quality of my videos then. And you'll see that I've just focused every single time on getting better. I didn't care about being perfect, I still don't. I just try to get better. There's a lot of things that I'm not great at. I say sometimes or when I speak. Sometimes I forget what I'm gonna say. I lose my train of thought. All these things that happen to me still to this day of creating hundreds of videos. But I don't let that affect me. I don't let that stop me. All the greats have also been there before and still aren't perfect. So don't worry about being perfect. Here's the criteria that I have for videos that I create. It's never about myself, okay? If you're focusing on yourself, then you're not gonna really be able to serve others. I'm never worried about how I look. I'm never worried about how I sound. I'm never worried about that because that's me focusing on me. And in order to succeed in YouTube or in life, you gotta be more focused on serving others. So I don't care how I look or sound, I just want to get the message across. I know what my outcome is, I know how important it is, and I'm just trying to communicate with the most amount of passion and enthusiasm to the other person that's watching my videos, why it's important, and be able to transfer that to the other person so that it can make a change in their life. And for me, my criteria is that if a video that I put out can help one person, then that was a huge success. That was a huge win. I don't care if I've got a video that 99% of people hate, but if it helps one person and it can make a difference for their life, then that's what I'm really what I'm doing it for. Now, ideally, if I can help more people than one with my videos, then I'm on the right track. And that's what allowed me to grow to where I'm at today, is I've helped more and more and more people. Obviously my content has been worthy of more and more subscribers, and what comes with that is money, okay? If you want to make money in an online business on YouTube or in your life in general, understand that money is only the reward that you get after have consistently earned it by adding value to other people's lives. You know, if you're watching this right now and you're saying, hey, well, you know, I want to make $10,000 a month. I want to make $100,000 a month. My answer to you, my question for you is, have you earned it? Are you worthy of that? Are you deserving of it? Have your videos, have your content provided a mass amount of value and impacted other people's lives in a positive way? Because if not, then you're not worthy of it. You're not deserving of it. The universe only rewards those that have consistently demonstrated through providing massive amount of value. So you've got to be focused not on yourself, but focus on serving. Focus on adding value to those that are watching you, those that are consuming your content. If you can do that, you'll build raving fans, and you will get rewarded for it, because more and more people will follow you. You'll get rewarded, by more and more views, more and more subscribers. You'll make money from your ads. People there'll be a percentage of people that will want to work with you. They'll want to become your customers, and just follows from that. So I can't emphasize that enough, but focus on serving. That should be your mindset behind the videos that you create. I actually have a ritual before I record videos. And what my ritual personally is I focus first and foremost on what my outcome is. Okay, so every video that I create, I ask, what is my outcome? What is this video gonna be about? What do I wanna help other people with in this video? So I get very clear on that outcome. Okay, I'm not as much worried about what I'm gonna say. I'm more focused on what my outcome is. Because there's many things I could say, as long as I achieve that outcome, that's my number one goal with every video that I put out. Number two is I gotta know why this is important. I'll ask myself questions like, why is what I'm sharing today so important that people must watch this video? They must not only watch it, but apply what I'm sharing. So I get associated to what I'm saying as so important, because if I don't believe what I'm sharing is important, then how am I gonna get you to believe that what I'm sharing is important? I have to first believe that what I'm sharing can change someone's life. And oftentimes I do that because what I share are things that have changed my life, that helped me in an immense way, and so it's not hard for me to have that passion behind it. I also get to a point where I really genuinely care about those that I'm communicating with. So I ask myself questions like, why do I care about this person? Why do I really care? Why do I love them? What do I respect about them? Because the more that I can care and respect about you, the more energy, the more passion, the more enthusiasm I'm gonna have behind what I'm gonna share. I'm not gonna hold anything back. I'm gonna over-deliver to the best way that I possibly can. And I believe that that comes through in my videos. People can tell that I'm sincere, that I'm genuine, that I really truly wanna serve. And I'm doing these videos because that's my number one outcome, is always to serve. I wanna make money, I wanna do well, all that stuff is great, but that's not my number one outcome. My number one outcome, always to serve, always to add value. I know that if I do that, then everything else will follow from it, okay? So someone says, this is from Pitbull Positive, you're worthy of your worth. I've got a question. What was your main focus before your largest growth cycle? At first for me, it was a lot of self-development and just sharing my life, sharing the things that I was learning. A time I learned something, I would share it. And I got a lot of benefit from that. I still do, because And I think that's a natural progression that people have, is when you learn something and it makes it, you get excited, right? You know, it's made a difference for you. And you want to share that with your partner or your friends, or you want to share that with someone. And for me, just the YouTube channel is just a way for me to do that. So it's a way for me to share. And then what I found was when you share and you teach, you actually learn and integrate that at a much deeper level in your own personal life. So I've gotten an immense amount of value. It's almost like journaling. You know, why do people sit there and journal? It's because when they journal and they write, they're processing things at a much deeper level. They're recording things, but it helps them internalize what they've learned or their life, or think about things in a much different way. So you're doing the same thing when you're creating videos. And you can create videos, you can document things, you can share things. There's many different styles of videos that you can create. And you've got to experiment with that a little bit. But what did I do before, early on is just self-development stuff, things that I was learning. I was doing a fitness competition in 2012, and so I was also sharing videos, documenting that. I was sharing my goals. Then eventually people wanted to know how I was making money online, and so I share some things I was doing with publishing on Kindle and making money from that. People loved it, they wanted more, and then it's kind of, what happens is when you build your channel and your audience, you don't know what people want really until you get the feedback from them. So at first you're guessing, at first you're looking at the keywords, but at a certain point, you're gonna get questions from people. You're gonna find certain topics they wanna know more of. There's gonna be a certain demand for it. And so for me, I like to share a lot of stuff and then see where the demand is. Some people wanna know about Amazon. Okay, there's a demand there, so I'll create a little bit more for you guys on that. Some people wanna know more about business. Other people want to know more about health, motivation. And so I try to pay attention to my audience and see what the demand is and how I can really serve them while still maintaining the vision that I have for Project Life Mastery, which is not just focus on business or marketing, but life mastery, having that balance in your life and improving and mastering every part of your life, not just one or the other. And it's, for me, my responsibility to help people with that, but also say, hey, it's great to make money, it's great to do well in that area, but if you don't master your health, if you don't master your relationships, if you don't master your mindset, your emotions, then you're gonna fall into a trap that a lot of people fall into, which is a life of success but no fulfillment. And so that's why I try to emphasize what my overall message and my mission is for people, which is always life mastery. Great questions so far, guys. Cool. Someone says, I've been here since 35,000 subscribers, and that's so cool to see how long people have been following me for since a number of years ago. Great comments so far, guys. Let's see. Here's just a general question. He creates YouTube videos. He's from India. His accent. He's got an accent. You know what? That doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can improve that, of course, but sometimes it can be an advantage for you. And a great example of this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. When Arnold Schwarzenegger, he came from Austria to the United States, and he wanted to make the transition into the movie business. He got met with a lot of rejection because a lot of people said, you're too big, you have this accent where no one can really understand what you're saying, you've got a last name that no one can really pronounce. And while that would stop a lot of people, it did not stop Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger instead decided, you know what, this can actually be my greatest advantage and benefit for me if I utilize it. And Arnold Schwarzenegger today, was one of the top movie stars of all time, top celebrity, multi-millionaire. He was the governor of California, and he didn't let that stop him. So understand, again, all these stories and excuses are the only thing that stops you. It's all inside your own head. You got to overcome that. One of the best ways to do that is find evidence that other people have conquered those fears and those insecurities that you have. And if you do the research, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people that have been much worse than you that have been able to succeed and prosper in spite of what those limitations that you might see are. Someone says, one question I have is, how are you able to make $9,000 a month when you only have 1 million views? Thank you for your content. So the way you make money from the YouTube ads is not entirely based on the views. Views is a factor of that, but it's based on advertisers. So you might have more views than me, you might have less views than me, and you might be making more, you might be making less, okay? It's not based on views, it's based on advertisers, which videos that they're advertising for, and how competitive that is, and how much that they're willing to pay. All right, so for example, I have certain videos that, you know, in fact, just my analytics right now, actually the last 30 days is now $12,000 in the last 30 days. So it's actually been growing since the video, but who knows if that will be sustainable or not. But I have certain videos that produce $1,000 a month, you know, just from one video. I have other videos that produce $10 a month. I have other videos that produce $1 a month. I have other videos, and it's not based on the views. It's based on the topic, the keyword of that video, and how much demand there is for advertisers to advertise for that. So there's certain topics that you can create videos on that you're going to make a lot more money with from the ads and everything that are displayed on those videos. So don't get caught up that it's the views. It's more so the topics that you're creating videos on. Obviously, the more views, the more ads are going to show on that, and the more money that you'll make from it. But it's more so the advertisers. So, for example, let's say you did videos on real estate. Okay, the real estate market, there's advertisers that will pay a lot because there's a lot of potential of what can be made in that market. So they're going to spend a lot of money to have run ads on YouTube channels, or YouTube videos rather, that have videos on real estate. On the other hand, let's say that you've got a kids YouTube channel, right? And you might have videos that have a lot of views, but they're not making much money because maybe there's less people that are advertising for that. Maybe there's not as much money that can be made advertising to children, although there actually is a lot of money that can be made, because children's are actually some of the best market that advertisers market to, because if they advertise toys and things like that, then kids go to their moms and they convince their moms to buy that stuff for them. So might not be the best example, but it gives you an example that there's certain niches and markets where people are going to pay more money to have their ads be displayed. Okay, great questions, guys. I'll take a few more and then we'll wrap up. So if there's any further questions, guys, feel free to post it here. And by the way, spamming subscribe to my channel is not a good way to build your channel, right? That's not a very effective way. It just kind of comes across as desperate, and it comes across as, it's just not an effective way. You don't want to market and be known for things like that. You want to be rewarded for the quality of what you're creating. Okay, that's the most important thing. Create quality content, and that's how you're going to reach people the best way. And it doesn't really matter if you have a bunch of, like, how many subscribers you have doesn't matter either, because you can have a lot of subscribers, doesn't mean they're all going to watch your video. So why are you worrying so much? Like, you want quality subscribers, people that are actually going to enjoy and be targeted for your content and come back for more. It's kind of worthless having subscribers that don't really care about your content, that don't care about your channel. It's just going to look good from a numbers perspective, but it's not going to result to more views and really growing your channel that much. So that's a lot of people, they focus on things like that. It's really not that important. Going around and spamming, hey, subscribe to my channel is not a good way to build it. You got to build it through, you want people when they come to your channel to be targeted to that, related, they're actually interested in your niche and what it's about, right? Those are the kind of people that you want. I'd much rather have quality subscribers than just quantity. And don't feel guilty. Don't worry about it, man. It's all learning. This is all growth. That's what we're all here for. We're telling each other the truth. Everything that I share with you is out of love and caring for you, because I want you to succeed. And I have no problem, challenging certain people, because part of being a coach is encouraging people and supporting them and loving them and cheering them on, but also telling the truth and being hard and challenging you and maybe kicking your butt at different times too. And so I say this out of love, because I want to make sure that you're doing things the right way and your focus, your mindset's focused on the right areas. Here's one, are voiceover videos effective? For example, to showcase real estate images with various business type images used as connector images throughout the video. The answer is yes, but it does depend on your niche. So you can test it out. Certain niches it works really, really well with. So for example, if you had like a wrestling, YouTube channel, right? I was actually the other day, I used to be a big WWF, WWE fan and WCW fan back in the day. And got it, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. But I was actually watching some old school YouTube videos in the wrestling niche. And there's a lot of wrestling YouTube channels. And what they do is they do voiceover stuff. So they use images. So for example, they'll put up a wrestling video that will be like top 10 things that the WWE doesn't want you to know, or the top 10 WWE superstars of the 1990s, or I don't know, something like that. And they'll just do voiceover, and then they'll just use images and video clips edited with that. Another example, gaming niches are like that, makeup tutorials, you can do voiceover stuff. Even sports is really popular for, like I follow, I'm a big basketball and sports fan, so there's a few good basketball channels that I follow once in a while that they do that. They basically just do voiceovers and they use different images and video clips from that. So it depends on your niche, depends on the audience and what you're trying to do, but I've seen that to be fairly popular. Someone says, how do I overcome my limiting inner negative beliefs? So there's a lot that I could share with you on that, and I'm not going to have time to dive into that in a video like this. If you're really serious about overcoming limiting beliefs, then join my Life Mastery Accelerator program, okay? And I share that because I've got some in-depth videos, one in-depth video there that teaches you exactly how to overcome limiting beliefs. It's actually a video workshop that I did, I think it's 2 hours long, where I walk you through how to shift your beliefs. And it's a very inexpensive program. Okay, I'd recommend anyone here that's a fan and follower of my content here to join that, because you're gonna get so much more out of that, because the quality of content is so much deeper than anything that I do on YouTube or anything I do for free. And you've got to look at it as, okay, you have limiting beliefs in your life. What is that costing you? Limiting beliefs that you have right now are costing you a significant amount of money in your life. It's costing your happiness, your joy, your freedom. It's costing your relationships. It's costing your health, your fitness. It's costing a lot. And it's not until you get to the point where you decide, you know what, I'm willing to change these and do what it takes and invest in training or coaches or mentors or whatever it can to do that, that's when you'll change it. So, I've got a course that has a good training that can help you with that. Even if you're part of my Morning Ritual Mastery, the first module, the first day there, I go into a bit about overcoming the limiting beliefs that people have as well. So my more in-depth courses go into that, because that's a topic that requires a very in-depth answer. It requires certain processes and techniques and things that I can share. If you want to learn to do it yourself, I'd recommend studying NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. There's a number of books and trainings and courses and stuff that you can do for that as well, but that will teach you a little bit about your beliefs and how you represent things to yourself and how to make those shifts. Okay, let's see. I'll do one more question. How should you monetize your YouTube videos right away, let's say with only a handful of subs, or wait till you get thousands of views? Good question. I wouldn't worry too much about monetization right away, because you're not going to really make much anyways. And in fact, when you start to monetize your videos, you will get less views, because there's a certain percentage of people that you're going to lose because they don't want to watch, they don't want to wait 5 seconds to skip the ad before a video. So if you're just trying to build your channel and get traction, you want all the views that you can possibly get. And so that's why it's almost, not even worth trying to monetize and even worrying about that initially, because your main goal initially is just to build up your channel, to be able to get subscribers, get views, build it up. And then once you're at a certain point, then introduce ads. It's the exact same way that Facebook built their business, Twitter built their business, Instagram, now Snapchat, Google, Amazon, all these companies, they built their business, number one, by trying to build their user base. So if you went to Facebook back when they started a number of years ago, they had no ads on Facebook, okay? If you went to YouTube a number of years ago, there was no ads on YouTube, okay? They didn't focus on monetization just yet. They focused just on building their user base. And then once it was at a certain point, then they started introducing ads. Okay, then Facebook started running Facebook ads, and then YouTube introduced YouTube ads, and etc. Okay, so that's why you want to, at the beginning, you just want to build up everything you can as early as possible, and then once you're at a certain point, then you can monetize it, and then it's actually going to be worthwhile because then you'll be able to, the money that you're going to make is actually going to be somewhat significant and actually make a difference. There's no point worrying about making $1 a month, or $10 a month. That's why you got to focus more on the long term, and you want to build it to a point where once you monetize it, they're making at least $100 a month, because then that number is going to really start to change your life and affect your lifestyle in a big way. Okay, guys, great questions. Thank you guys so much for joining in. A lot of things that I shared with you guys that can hopefully help you to build your YouTube channel and grow it. As I said, guys, YouTube is just one component. You got to think more bigger picture to building an actual online business that has multiple streams of traffic, building your email list, multiple streams of income as well. That's what a legitimate business is going to be, and that's what I focus on teaching. If any of you guys want to learn more about the process and the courses that I have that teach that step by step in depth, with YouTube being a component of that, but also blogging, Facebook, Instagram, podcasting, all the different strategies, building your email list and doing affiliate marketing, then I'd highly recommend that you check out my Affiliate Marketing Mastery course. If you go to affiliatemarketingmastery.com, you can get on the wait list there. Right now it's closed, but like I said, we're gonna open it up in the next few days to let people in, and then we're going to close it up. Okay, and we're actually working on a lot of other things that we're going to do in the future for another future launch, because we're creating a lot of cool bonuses and making it better, and so we're actually going to be charging more money for it in the future as we make it better and better. But for those of you that want to get started with something like that and want the additional help and the guidance and the coaching and the mentorship to be able to build your business, then I'd highly recommend that you join it. And again, if you're on that email list, you'll be notified of it. If not, awesome. You guys are great either way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this and benefited from it. You got a lot more great videos that are coming out available for you guys. I've done a few other videos on my channel that shared some YouTube tips. So if you guys want to search around on my channel for other content like that, it can definitely help you guys. Thanks again. One last thing, we've also got our giveaway that's happening right now too, announcing the winners next week. So make sure that you go to projectlifemastery.com/giveaway. Many different ways that you can enter. Giving away a lot of cool prizes to 30 different people. So hopefully that you'll get a chance to win some cool prizes. But I just want to throw that in there as well. All right, guys, thank you. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome night wherever you are in the world. Remember to always believe and to commit your life to mastery. Take care.